Welcome to Aflame for Christ, homilies to set your heart on fire with love for Jesus Christ. My name is Father Joseph Gill, and today we explore the homily for All Saints' Day. Did you know that you are in the Bible? Yes, you. Despite the fact that it was written 2,000 years ago, you may have made an appearance in today's first reading. So St. John in the book of Revelation is having these beautiful visions about the end of the world, and he sees, quote, a great multitude which no eye can count, from every tribe and tongue and people and nation. In other words, he's seeing all those who are forever rejoicing in heaven. And if you and I have the privilege of getting there, then St. John could have looked out and seen our faces and then written about them in the book of Revelation. How amazing is that your face could have been seen by St. John and written about in the Bible. Many scholars believe that there's somewhere around 10,000 officially canonized saints, men and women whom the church officially declares as have made it to heaven. Now, we don't have an official count because the early church often declared people saints without much research. For example, there's a legend about a saint by the name of Saint Guinefort, who was a 13th century greyhound dog that locals declared a saint after the dog sacrificed its life to save a newborn baby from a viper attack. But above and beyond those 10,000 officially canonized saints, there are millions upon millions of saints whose names we'll never know. Men and women, boys and girls, just like you and I, whom Christ has won for himself. Now, this vision that St. John's having, well, what do we do in heaven? Sometimes I think we get a bad impression of heaven, as if we're just kind of sitting on clouds and playing harps all day long. And that sounds rather dull, to be honest. But instead, think about it. We are surrounded by the most awesome people, all worshiping God. Does that mean an endless church service? Well, consider this. Have you ever been to a really awesome concert, or maybe a sporting event in a packed stadium? Everyone there is united for this single purpose, sharing an amazing experience, celebrating the achievements of really talented musicians or really talented athletes. No one is bored at a good concert or a good football game. Rather, we're cheering at the top of our lungs because we're part of the action. We are there to worship, to work together, to cheer, to be part of something greater than ourselves. And in the same way, these saints in John's vision do not seem bored. Rather, they're singing, they're processing, they're falling down in total adoration and wonder. In a word, they're worshiping God. Worship is the most ennobling thing that a human being can ever do. Most of our lives deal with created realities, right? We deal with money and, trying to buy food and trying to take care of our health, and all of that's good. But when we worship, we take our attention off of the created things and put it on the Creator. We're finally doing something to honor the one who made this entire universe. And we trade earth for heaven when we enter into worship, whether it be at Mass or adoration or, just during our daily prayer. So if we wish to join the saints in heaven, we do so by practicing worship here on earth. And how do they get those white robes, which are the necessary ticket to heaven? That's what John says. They're all dressed in white robes. Is it their good deeds on earth, their righteousness? Well, that's not what John says. John says that these robes were washed in the blood of the Lamb. In other words, it was Jesus who made them holy. It was Jesus who made them saints. We can't do it on our own. It's rather that our intimate union with Him makes us like Him. I'm sure we've all had the experience of taking on the characteristics of those around us. It's an old saying that husbands and wives, the longer they spend together, the more they start to act like each other and dress like each other. Maybe just in our own life, we've started saying a phrase or imitating someone's TikTok dance just because we're around them. Well, the truth is we'll become holy if we spend time with the Holy One. We'll become saints if we spend time with the King of Saints. And so that description of the saints worshiping God in the first reading sounds pretty doggone awesome. And that is one party I do not want to miss. I really do hope that St. John had a vision of my face among the souls in heaven. And I hope to see you there too.